All right, Coach, it's the NFL on EA Sports as you take a look there at Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia, PA. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Washington Redskins and the Philadelphia Eagles. Two teams here playing for pride as the final week of the NFL season is underway. This will be fielded at the 8. Shedding the tackler, and it gives him some room. He's at the 40. And he will take this one all the way back inside the 35-yard line.
Well, that return gives them a golden opportunity to go out in front. How will the defense respond after giving up that type of a return?
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Watch tight. Go Delta. Watch tight. Tight is right. Set. Lady. Four down.
A first down throw for Bridgewater. Now he's hit, and Bridgewater loses the football. And the Eagles have recovered. Look at the big man rumble. And they will finally stop him, but a great return gets that football all the way down to the 16-yard line.
As you and I both know, one reason teams script plays to start a game is so they can practice them ahead of time. I will guarantee you that fumble was not in the script.
You don't think they had fumble written next to play one there?
No, that was never in the script because they want to have good memories when they go into a ball game, not something that could have gone wrong.
The Eagles into the red zone for the first time. They come up 1st and 10 at the 16. Now it's the Boise State alum, Jay Ajayi. And he'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 14-yard line.
I think that's the type of run we'll continue to see throughout this game. The snow coming down, I don't expect a lot of big plays to be broken.
Here we go. Blue 80. Blitz 5-2.
They run with Ajayi. And he'll get about 3 just outside the 10, stopped at the 11.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
They had great starting position to begin the drive, but now they look up at a 3rd and 5.
Go.
Working from the gun, Wentz. They dump off underneath to Ajayi. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. After getting that turnover on the first drive of the game, you'd hate to just stall out the momentum, go 3 and out. They're able to avoid that there.
Yeah, we talk about complementary football all the time, but I think it's a little bit deeper than that. Defense went out, forced a turnover, gave the ball to the offense. It's now the offense's responsibility to pay that off for them. To show respect.
And he's in. Front Eagles touchdown. Jay Ajayi, his 14th touchdown now on the year. And the Eagles have taken the early lead. Solid job up front. Really just a solid job all the way around to get that one in.
Yeah, that was well executed, wasn't it? Well blocked, well run. End result, 6 points.
Touchdown. The point after, no gimme in the snow, but it's up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. This one taken from the 7. And he gets it to the 30-yard line, but the football's not going to stay there. There's a penalty marker down. So that will push him back.
And now we know why he had a little extra space to run, don't we? An illegal block in the back, that penalty will move them back.
Hey, tight end's right. Watch tight end. Hey, guys, check me out. We got 3 down, but we got to stand up over there.
First down, Bridgewater. Dumps it off for Geis. And he showcased the spin, but couldn't do much else as he's wrangled down. 5 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it a 2nd down.
Well, it's tough to be a defender in today's NFL because there's so many things to account for in today's passing game, including the back sneaking out of the backfield. Not quite as bad as a turkey bowl where you have that center-eligible stuff, but still a lot of guys to account for.
Here's Bridgewater. It's brought in by Jamison Crowder. 18 yards on his first catch of the game. It's a first down.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
Yeah, they drop him for a loss, but penalty markers are on the field. Let's see about the call. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. Following the penalty, it's 1st and 5, and you got to think offensively, all kinds of options.
Like 20.
From the shotgun, it's Bridgewater. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. These strong safeties, some people may not realize it. It's really like an extra linebacker, right?
It really is, because they're hybrids. Half linebacker, half defensive back. The linebacker in him on that play emerged.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Ronald Darby. And he's able to bring it up 5 yards shy of midfield to the 45-yard line.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
Lion. Switch it.
There's a handoff to Ajayi to begin the drive. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield after a gain of about 4.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Check. Sunday. Check hot route.
Now Wentz throwing on second down. Drops it off to Ajayi. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. It'll be a gain of 4, and they're going to have a 3rd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Great 15. Hey, we got 3 down.
Wentz looking to throw on 3rd and 2. And Jeffrey's got it. 50 catches for him now on the year, and he's got a first down.
I don't care who you put on him. He's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now, you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe need some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
Let's go.
This is Ajayi. And an alley to run. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
Trying for the tight end, Ertz, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Fabian Moreau. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. It's almost like you can see the look of frustration on his face. 4 interceptions last week. We talked about it all week. What did he do wrong? And another one here in the first half.
And you can understand the frustration. You actually feel his pain a little bit. But the worst thing he can do is what you're seeing right now, showing the other team that he's frustrated. All they're going to do is double their efforts to make him even more frustrated. He's got to gather himself, compose himself, and keep fighting.
Well, he talked a lot about erasing that loss last week, getting back in the win column. We'll see how he responds.
Go Delta.
Bridgewater now looking to throw on first. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
Well, it's easy to see when we review this that the ball needs to come out quicker, because if you don't throw it right on the break, you bring a crowd of people into the equation.
And that's why it got knocked away there. Throwing again, Bridgewater on 2nd and 10. And he fires one incomplete.
Well, touch and timing are critical for those types of throws. He put a lot of zip on that one. Needed just a little bit more finesse trying to get it to his back.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
Go Delta. 3 down. Set. Back 20.
Out of the gun, Bridgewater. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. A good return there, 17 yards. And the Eagles will have great starting field position here as they take over. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44. Matt Ioannidis in there to make the sack. He buries him for a loss of 10. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Shotgun now for Wentz. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes in bounds. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
On the ball. Sunday.
Back live with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's the Eagles with the ball here to begin quarter number 2. They do, however, have a tough 3rd and long coming up.
Come on now. Let's go. Black. 4 down.
From the gun, it's Wentz. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. Now on 4th down, it's Cameron Johnston on to punt it away. Back deep here, Jamison Crowder. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. Out comes the Redskin offense now as they get set to begin another possession. And partner, just looking at some of the struggles they've had this season, the playoffs are not in their future. As they start to peer toward the offseason, what moves might they make?
I think the running back position, and I know we talk all the time about the NFL being a passing league, but the teams that run the ball effectively, they're the ones that go deep into the playoffs and go to the Super Bowl. They have to upgrade here. And you and I both know in recent years in the draft, people have shied away from taking a runner early, but if there's that special one there, I say they go get him.
Operating from the 27 now. Here's 2nd and 3. Geis with a carry on 2nd down. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before that he always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. Give him 2 yards on that play, and it'll be 2nd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on 1st down.
5 down. Show an 8.
Now Bridgewater. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Bridgewater. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Avonte Maddox. And they get the football. They'll set up shop at their own 49-yard line. Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 49. They'll begin the drive with Ajayi. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. Give the tackle there to Josh Norman. He makes a wonderful play there off the corner, protecting his side of the field.
Oh, that reminds me of the great defenses of old, doesn't it? The Pittsburgh Steelers steel curtain. They would not let you get on the field if you could only do one thing. You had to be a complete guy, and you had to be able to tackle.
Now, I know I've said this before, but you know I wasn't alive when the steel curtain was playing. I know them, but I just want to let you know I wasn't alive.
I'm going to keep peppering that in there, and one of these days you're going to think that you were.
13 yards on his first catch. It's a 1st down as well. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Strong right. Hey.
Here's Ajayi. And he'll take this one down to the 36. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Wentz to throw on 2nd down. And this is Ertz with it, right side. First time they've hooked up here. Good for 17 and a 1st down.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
Into the red zone. Wentz. Oh, that one sailed a bit, but the catch is still made. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the 1st down completion.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
Now it's Ajayi. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Not enough there for a first. No gain, as a matter of fact. And it leaves them at 3rd and 1. The Eagles on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation.
We got three, fellas, we got 3. 48's Mike.
Now Wentz. Flushed out right. He can run for it, and he will. And they got 3 yards. That's enough. A conversion, and now it's 1st and goal.
These type of plays are backbreakers for a defense. They thought they had him hemmed in, thought they were going to get him on the ground with the pass rush, but were unable to do so. He gets away, picks up a big 1st down, and sets up 1st and goal inside the 10.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
Ram. Hey, 4 down.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And that'll move him a little closer as he takes it from the 7 down to the 4-yard line. 2 minutes remain here in the 1st half. We'll come back to Philadelphia after this. Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line, 2nd and goal. They come out here in the I. Now they'll throw it. Wentz. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up third down. The Eagles on third down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. They're looking at a 3rd and goal here.
4 down, 4 down.
They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
This offense bent the defense in their long drive downfield, but once they got within sight of the goal line, the defense went to don't break mode and is stiffened.
And Elliott puts this one through. And the lead moves to 10-zip. So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. So I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone and get you 6?
A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Derek Barnett in there to get him. Sack number 14 for him on the year. Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long.
Go Delta. Go Delta.
Here's Bridgewater. Throw left side complete. It's Richardson. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down.
And they insert their dime package, 6 DBs here on 3rd and 6.
Expecting pass all the way.
Here we go. 5 down, 5 down. Here we go. Set. 380. Go Delta. 36. Check.
Bridgewater now. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. And now the Eagles going to signal for a timeout as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. Here's Tressway now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Pulled in at the 24. It'll be a 44-yard punt. The return goes for 8. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. Now Philadelphia ready to get going on offense again. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3 points?
The kicker.
Exactly. You put it through the post. That's going to help him in contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about that.
Toe bashed it.
Super toe.
And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. Wentz now 8 of 11 in this first half. He's got it 1st and 10.
Sunday. Check. 3 down. Black, come on. You got to get moving, man. Man, move it. You got to get that.
Throwing is Wentz. That ball's caught. Aguilar right side. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. And 15 yards there on the catch and run.
I like that one, partner. They go back-to-back with excellent gains. And really, it shouldn't be a surprise who they were throwing the ball to. He's their best guy.
Yeah, we knew that they would get him involved early. They're doubling down on getting him involved early.
Don't be surprised if they'll come right back to him again. They haven't shown the propensity to be able to stop him.
Second and 10 now from the 27.
There we go. Back man. 120. Great. Mike 35.
Wentz again here on 2nd and 10. Going for it all. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock. Alshon Jeffrey, the intended receiver. And now it's third down. So on third down, the field goal unit will come out as they'll try to get 3 before half. He hit his first one, this from 44 yards out now. And the kick by Elliott is good. And that'll push the lead up to 13-0. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
And the drive begins with a run by Geis. And this will go as a short gain on what will be the final act of this first half. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17 as we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach! The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Out come the Eagles now as they'll go on offense first here in the third quarter. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? I mean, they score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Yeah, still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
There we go, back man. 180. Lion.
On 2nd down, here's Wentz. Eluding the pressure right. Looking deep for his tight end Ertz. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
The Eagles on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 11.
Here we go. Blue 80. 3 down.
Now Wentz. Buying time to his left. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down.
Well, no second guessing the call here. It was 3rd and long, so throwing the football was probably the smart play to try and pick it up. But they don't get it, and now the defense goes off the field feeling pretty good about themselves, gaining some momentum as they force them into a likely punting situation.
21 yards. Well done on the return. And it'll be Redskins football now with a 1st and 10. A good starting spot for the Redskins as they come up 1st and 10.
Go.
Bridgewater now from the 50. A quick throw, but incomplete. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Tight end right. 4 down.
Bridgewater airing one out for Crowder. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off at the 17. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line. Thought they had something going there to break that goose egg here in the second half, but to no avail.
Hope was alive until that interception. What a terrific play, taking the ball away after it looked like they were starting a drive.
And now that shutout still standing. You know that's something those defensive guys hold a lot of pride on, too.
No doubt about it. They're excited about where they are in this game.
They'll start out on the ground with Ajayi. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of the yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
Wentz will try again on second down. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by DJ Swearinger. And the possession is theirs at their own 43-yard line. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing?
Now he's hit, and Bridgewater loses the football. And the Eagles have recovered.
I don't care what the scoreboard says, partner. You know who's winning this game right now?
Mother Nature?
Yes, indeed. Precipitation's winning in a big way. Sloppy, all these turnovers right now.
Yeah, well, this was the forecast. We got what was forecasted, and we've gotten a lot of turnovers. Now, after the fumble recovery, it's Wentz. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. What, he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
So second and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range.
Black, come on. Watch the screen, watch the screen.
Working from the gun, Wentz. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue. Wentz now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10.
Sunday.
Now a play fake. Wentz. Now he's forced out right. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up second down.
Well, you know you don't want to make a mistake in that area, so you make sure you make a smart throw.
Let's go.
Throw it out towards the sidelines. If you overshoot your guy, so be it. It's just the incompletion that we saw there.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. Call it about a gain of 3, and they'll be looking at a 3rd and 7 coming up.
Third quarter, and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
The Eagles on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 7.
81.
Here's Wentz to throw. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
And Elliott puts this one through. And that's going to make this a 16-0 ball game. So 3 field goals that he's hit now. This last one helps him stretch out the lead.
He's been solid, hasn't he? And he lives up to the adage that every offensive coach has ever said to us. We want to end every possession with a kick, right? For them, it's either extra point, field goal, or at worst, a punt. In this case, it's been 3s.
And a good return up past the 30, but was it aided by an illegal block or a hold? Let's see.
Find out. Go Delta. What?
Bridgewater on 1st down. On the catch, it's Crowder. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. 6 yards on the pickup, and that'll make this a 2nd down.
Go Delta. Go Delta.
From the gun, Bridgewater. Flush to his right. Airing one out for Crowder. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Malcolm Jenkins. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line.
Okay, it's real simple to say from here, but we know that sometimes as a quarterback, you've got to know when to say when and just throw it away. Flushed out to the right, tries to make something out of nothing here, and he winds up floating one downfield that gets intercepted.
So after the INT, here's Wentz. He can't avoid the pressure. Redskins get there. Zach Brown coming on the blitz. He gets him for a loss of 7.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17.
Liz 5-3, Liz 5-3.
Throwing now is Wentz. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. The pressure really ratcheting up. They get the sack on 1st down, then a near sack. They got to him there just as it was leaving his hand.
Yeah, they might need to change their pass protection scheme a little bit. Maybe bring another guy into the backfield to help protect the quarterback because that was awfully close.
The Eagles on 3rd down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 17.
120.
Got to get the point. Get on the point right here.
Now Wentz. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Look at this spin.
Balance.
So possession goes over here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And across the midfield stripe into Eagle territory. Nigel Bradham brings him down.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
Let's get it.
Go Delta.
Twist.
They'll hand it down to Geis. And he's going to get this one down to the 45. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
Here's Bridgewater. Call that a loss of 7 to bring up 4th. Here's Tressway now as he's on to punt for Washington. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. Now this is fielded in the end zone. Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. And out now come the Eagles. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. But at least he was able to break that initial contact, or it could have been a loss.
Yeah, give credit to the defensive player, though. What did he do? Made him slow down, slow up his feet, and allowed the rest of the guys to get there to finish him off.
The rush defense stout on 1st down. Here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Ajayi. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. Now, they had stopped him for a loss on the run anyway, so they'll decline that.
It's almost a good psychological advantage, isn't it? You created a penalty, and you still couldn't gain yards against us. No way we need to take that one.
So following the holding call, what can they do here on 3rd and long? And welcome back. We are in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia. It's the Eagles in possession of the football and leading this one as we get ready to start the final quarter.
Strong right, strong right, strong right.
Here we go. 180!
Hey, we got four down.
Black.
Now Wentz on 3rd down. Launching one for Henderson. And this is, oh my goodness, he pulled it in one-handed. And all the way down to the 29. A big play there for the Eagles on 3rd down. 55 yards. So that changes things in a big way. Now from all the way down inside the 30, here's 1st and 10. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another 1st down. It will. Well, that looked like an example of what you said back in the first half. A running back of his size can really wear down a defense. I think he's starting to do that.
I think you're exactly right. And know what else he's doing? He's inspiring the rest of his team because they see this starting to happen as well. So that means they're going to redouble their efforts to help him out. Extra blocking, getting downfield, helping him out.
Wentz going to throw, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Ryan Anderson in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18.
Here we go. 180! Here, shift. Great.
I got one.
From the gun, it's Wentz. And now he'll tuck it and run. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. He'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's 3rd down. The Eagles on 3rd down, not quite 50%, 4 for 9. This will be 3rd and 15.
Here we go. Blue 80! Here, shift.
Watch the motion.
Shotgun now for Wentz. Being chased out left. They find some open field here. The decision to tuck and run gets him 3, but that's not enough. Now it's 4th.
And they had an extra defensive back on the field on that play, and the coverage was excellent. He tried to pull it down and run for it, but they rallied to him and kept him short of a 1st down.
And it's no good. Elliott pulled it, and this score will stay right where it is. So now from a defensive perspective, they might still have a pulse.
Yeah, that probably would have sealed their fate, but now they're still within 2 scores.
Two tights. Hey, boys.
Here we go. 5 down.
Alert 3.
They go play action here on 1st down. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Richardson. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. That's a good way to start the drive, 17 yards and a 1st down. Hard to believe his first catch of the game defensively. They bottled him up. That's why they're well on their way to victory.
Put your best cover guy on him and then change the coverages behind him throughout the game. Brackets, double, zone, man, you name it. Make sure he gets a lot of angles.
The stop for no gain brings up 2nd and 10 from the 20.
Hey. 4 down.
Go Delta.
A 2nd down throw for Bridgewater. And he rifles one incomplete. He started out having some troubles back in the first half connecting with his receivers. Really hasn't gotten a whole lot better.
Yeah, he's at less than 50%, and you and I both know that just won't do. So I would think about spreading things out, putting it on the receivers, make them win those one-on-one battles on the perimeter and find their way open.
Play fake. Bridgewater. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Jalen Mills. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran a wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
And that is incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Got you, boy.
Now they'll run on the draw. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. Tackled there by Monte Nicholson. The 4th quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
There we go. Back man. Blue 80. Blitz on.
Hey, alert 48. Alert. Hey, we're going to mic the 48.
From the gun on 3rd down, Wentz dancing to his left. Oh, incomplete. Nearly the pick they needed. They would have loved one there, but at least it does get them to 4th down. Pretty lucky to get the football back. Had his target out there waving the arms, saying I'm open, but maybe didn't see him quick enough.
And I know the jokes are always about defensive backs' hands. What really actually happens, you don't get many opportunities. You get over anxious, and you start to think about taking it away and going the other way instead of focusing and catching the ball.
So with that, you figure this game's pretty much out of reach at this point.
Yeah, it's going to take a heck of a comeback to come from 3 scores down, but don't change that channel. Don't go away. Miracles can happen, and you want to be here in case it does.
You're a company man.
Aren't I, though?
Here we go. Gotta go. Gotta go. Gotta go. Gotta go.
They start on the ground with Geis, and he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down, a very solid gain on that play.
Over the middle, complete. That's Richardson. A very solid gain of 27. This quarterback now a perfect 8 for 8 to start the 2nd half. Not bad. 1st and 10. To throw, Bridgewater. Out to the left, it's complete to Dodson. Well, your QB's been sacked 4 times in the game already, and they're the holding call.
And you know darn well the offensive line coach is frustrated and upset that he's been hit that many times already. He doesn't really care that they hold now. Just don't let him get hit anymore.
Safety's creeping. Check.
Following the penalty, it's Geis. And an alley to run. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. Give him 16 yards on the play, and it'll bring up a 2nd down.
Not an ideal spot to be on 1st down, but I love that the play caller did not immediately abandon the running game and say, okay, we've got to throw it in order to pick it up. Stayed with the run, was rewarded with a big-time pickup. Now they're in 2nd and manageable.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks.
They're making it look easy out there. Another 1st down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 1st downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success.
Here we go. 5 down. 5 down.
On 1st down, this is Geis. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brandon, that play typifies what we've seen from the offense all day long. They've had no success getting things going. I think for the offensive coordinator, he's got to go to that side of the play sheet that says try something different, try some specials, something they haven't seen all day to try and get this offense kick-started.
You don't want no problem.
Go Delta.
You want no problems with me.
5
On third down, Bridgewater. And my goodness, another interception. Rasul Douglas picks it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offensive coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
Listen.
Defense still with 3 timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them here as the kneel down comes. Oh, partner, there's something special about a game in the snow. Just always fun in these elements, although a little chillier up here in the open-air booth. The only thing that's not fun is that we got the mid-game notification that our flight was canceled tonight, but we'll deal with that later. It was really a fun game to watch, though.
It was, and there is something special about games played in the snow because the element of surprise really kicks in. You don't know how they're going to handle the ball, if someone's going to make a dramatic play just out of nowhere, and all of a sudden it just changes the course of things. But a big shout out to our crew to make sure that we were comfortable up here, as comfortable as one could be. In these elements, they took care of us and made sure we were dressed properly.
So for Philadelphia, it will wind up a .500 season as the win means they'll finish right at 8-8. And by just about all accounts, not the type of year they were hoping to have. Meanwhile, for Washington, they go out with a bit of a whimper as they wrap up a very trying 3-13 season. And this front office will have plenty of work to do in the draft and through free agency to turn this ship around.
you a Tony Award. You a good actress. Your girl silicone, your tributes all plastic. Back while I'm passing. Fall back. Fall back. Fall back. Fall back. All right. Fall back. You know me, want the flame. Feet deep ganged up with the crew. You wanna play beef, that's not a fair game. This space, jack of all trades. Tucking the jewels, they jacking your chain. Tuck with the crew and you catching the fade. That ain't a game, you should know you like Jane. Don't be the lame that plays superhero. Cause that'd be the good way to lose your dental. Tooth and dental, all incidental. Head banging on a too fresh instrumental. Now back to back where we go dumb, yo. Face all stuck like 100 dumb texts. Bad in the city like it's bad brains in me with my face on face. Little homie. Fall back. Oh, it just goes out like that? No. Settle down, settle